بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. فما بعد, my brothers and sisters, we were talking about the issue of how do we approach learning the knowledge of Islam. And as I mentioned to you yesterday, if you approach it from a non-practical angle, meaning that you are there to listen to some lecture or you are reading a book intellectually, then you don't gain anything from it. Because Islam is the name of a practice. It is not the name of a philosophy or a theory. If there is a philosophy or a theory, or you're reading history, for example, it has nothing to do. You're just acquiring some information. So, supposing somebody says, let us read about the theory and the evolution of communism. You can't read that. You will have knowledge of that. Similarly, anything else. But supposing somebody says, let us read about the evolution of judo. You can do that also. You can become the greatest scholar of judo. You can memorize entire books on judo. But you go out on the street and somebody attacks you, you are on the floor. You cannot defend yourself, even though you are the world's greatest scholar on judo. Because judo is a practice. It's a martial art. Aikido is a martial art. Karate is a martial art. Right? How do you learn a martial art? Not by reading. Not by watching a video on a judo match. You learn a martial art only in one way. The same way like you learn cycling. The same way like you learn swimming. By doing it. There is no other way. Find me a way of how you can learn cycling without getting on a bicycle. Is there a way? You can do us. you can watch videos on cycling or what. Can you learn to cycle without getting on a cycle? Not doable. Can you learn to swim without entering water? You cannot. Similarly, you cannot learn Islam without doing Islam. As simple as that. You can learn about Islam. But learning about Islam will help you only as much as learning about cycling will help you to cycle. Or learning about swimming will help you to swim. Or learning about judo or karate or aikido will help you in a fight. It won't. It will not help you. What will help you is if you can do it. Right? And that is the reason why in Islam, if you look at it, the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as soon as you get iman, innani anallahu la ilaha illa ana fa'abudni wabad wa aqimi salata li dhikri. Wa aqimi salata li dhikri. Immediate action. First thing, bring iman. Have faith that Allah is Allah and there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. And the next step is worship Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say, now therefore reflect on my glory, reflect on my majesty, look at all my creation. All of this has come in the Quran. It's nothing. Inna fi khalqi samawati wal ardi wa ikhtilafi al-layli wan nahari la ayatin li ulil albab. All of this has come in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, look at my creation, look at this, and so on. There are signs for people of intelligence. But the sequence of action is very simple. As soon as you say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, the next step is action. What is the action? Aqimi salah. Establish salah. All the rest of it comes later. Establish salah. Immediate action. You know, in the world today, yoga is very popular, right? People are doing yoga all over the world. How do they teach yoga? Have any of you, have you actually gone to a yoga class? No. I have gone to the Bihar School of Yoga and I learned yoga. To me, the most powerful thing about yoga, and the reason why it's so powerful, is because the person teaching yoga does not even tell you one word about yoga. Nothing. Suppose you go there and say, I want to learn yoga. He says, okay, sit down. Fold your feet like this. Shut your eyes. Put your hands like this. Now breathe through this nostril. Inside. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. Then breathe out through the other nostril. This is called pranayama. In through one nostril. From the word go, is put you into action straight away. He does not tell you yoga is this, yoga is that, and this Muni and this Rishi and this Guru, so and so invented yoga, and in those days, 1,000 years ago, it was like this. Later, nothing. He will not tell you one word. There is no bayan about yoga, there is no khutbah about yoga. Nothing. From the word go, the moment you enter the road, I want to learn yoga, okay, sit down. Lie down. That is the power. From the minute the word go, you start acting. Because results come from action. There is no other way of getting results. You want to do business? What must you do? Do business. Don't talk about business. I have an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. I teach MBAs. And I tell people never do an MBA. It's a waste of time. Go and do business. You want to learn business? Go sell something, man. Go sell something. Take your chappals and go sell them. The more worthless thing that you can sell, the better salesman you will be. Take a rock, take a stone and sell it. If you take a diamond, it doesn't need selling, it sells itself. But take a useless thing and sell it, it builds your selling skills. I'm not saying deceive people, I'm saying sell the thing. Show people the value of that thing. The same thing with Islam. You want to benefit from Islam, you have to do Islam. You must do Islam. Then you benefit. Yeah? So, extremely important. And that is the reason why in Islam there is so much focus on morality, vice and virtue, neki badi, yeah? Hasanat, ma'asiyat. There's so much focus on this because these are the things which either support or destroy civilizations. Civilizations are not destroyed because they did not have money or they did not have, military force or commerce or this and that. Today, this is the story we are told, that the secret of success is good commerce. You must have a strong economy. You must have high technology. I'm not saying you should not have that. Of course, have a strong economy. There's nothing romantic about poverty. But the point being, this will not support your civilization. Your civilization will still be destroyed. Read. That's why history is very important. Today, people don't read history. That's an absolutely stupid thing to do. You must read history. When did take any civilization and see the moment of their decline? And you will always, without exception, you will find the moment of their decline was when they were economically the strongest. When did the Mughal Empire start going down? When it was producing, in terms of GDP, 25% of global GDP. One empire. That's when it started going down. When did the Muslim empire in Spain, in Al-Andalus, when did it start going down? Same thing. When it was at the peak. Peak of the economy goes down. Roman Empire, same story. Persian empires. Persian has had several empires, not just one. Take the Achaemenid, which was the earliest from Cyrus. And then they take the Sasanian, then take the Safavid. Take the Ottomans, Osmani. Everything. Take Asaf Jahi. When did it go down? When Usman Ali Khan by himself was the richest man on the face of the planet. So it is not money, it's not lack of money, right? It's not lack of money, it's not, there is no strength in the economy. It went down, it goes down when vice and virtue become one. People become immoral. It is better to be immoral than to be immoral. If you are immoral, you are doing bad things, but at least you know they are bad. But when people are immoral, which is that they don't even know what is right, what is wrong, they're just doing things. Like we have today, we have so-called global leaders who have zero conception about what is right and what is wrong. They have money. You have classic examples of people who are very wealthy, but the wealth brings with it arrogance, and arrogance brings with it blindness. So they do wrong things and they put themselves into trouble. That is why Islam comes with a moral code. Islam comes with a moral code which is very, very clear. What is right and what is wrong, very clear, and that does not change because of how much money you have or you don't have. The peak of Islam, if you look at, I'm talking about not the peak in terms of Islamically or theologically or morally. It was also the peak at the same time, but I'm not looking at that. I'm saying the peak as in a military power, as in an empire, as in the economy. The peak of Islam was when the Sahaba were the poorest. The peak of Islam was when, in the times of the Khulafa Rashida, the Rashidun Khilafah, that's when the conquests were made. That's when Iraq was conquered. That's when Persia was conquered. That's when the Roman Empire of Heraclius, the Western Roman Empire, which is the Byzantium, that was conquered. They had no money. So it's not a question of material, it's a question of vice and virtue. That's why a famous quote of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radhiyallahu anhu, he said, "Don't let a man's prayer or fasting deceive you." That is his outward, visible behavior. He says, don't let a man or woman's prayer or fasting deceive you. Anyone can pray and fast if they want. But the one who has no trustworthiness has no religion. It's not a question of praying and fasting. It's a question of, can I rely on your word? Will you deliver on what you promised? And the simplest and the most common of that is, if you say, I will come at a certain time, will you come or not? Today, that is something we don't even think about. You tell somebody, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is a time. It's not open to interpretation. 9 is a number. Right? Now, next morning you see 9 a.m., no sign. 9:30, no sign. No phone, no information, nothing. Then you turn up at 10 o'clock. What happened? Oh, this happened, that happened. Hurry. I will give you this thing, this project, I'll finish this, I'll complete it, I'll give it to you on so and so date. I'll give it to you in 2 days. 2 days pass, 2 months pass, 2 years pass, nothing. Reliability means to do what you promise. It means that you have self-respect, that you have respect for your own tongue, you have respect for your own word. If you have no self-respect, then how will anybody respect you? If I tell you I will do something and I don't do it, what's the good of that? That means you can't trust me. I am telling you, please don't trust me. I am not worthy of being trusted. That's what you're saying. That is what you're saying. So Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab says, Radiallahu anhu, don't be deceived by prayer and fasting and the length of the beard or the size of the amama. A person who has no trustworthiness has no religion. And he said, don't be impressed by a person's talk or outward show. The true man is the one who fulfills trusts and keeps away from people's honor. Keeping away from people's honor meaning that this person will not do ghiba, will not indulge in any activity which is harmful to somebody else. He won't try to harm somebody. He won't bad talk somebody, no slandering, and so on and so on. So that is the real sign. Trustworthiness and keeping away from people's honor. If you can do good for somebody, do it. If you can't do good, stay silent. Go to sleep. Don't harm people. So I remind myself and you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us this beautiful deen for us to understand it and to practice it. Not just to talk about it. Practice it. Now, talking about it is important because Islam teaches you to convey this good thing to other people. But the most powerful way of conveying is by your own conduct. Because if you say something, you do something else, then it destroys credibility. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this in the Quran. He said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. O you who believe, why do you say something which you don't do? If I'm telling you don't smoke, but I'm smoking. I'm telling you don't pray on time and I'm not praying on time. I'm telling you you must pray in the masjid is very important. I'm not praying in the masjid. That means there's no credibility. If then you will tell me, oh, yeah, okay, what you're saying is good, but why should I believe it? I mean, if it is so good, how come you don't do it? So that is very important. Many years ago, more, I think probably 20 something, maybe 30 years ago, I was speaking at UMass in Amherst, University of Massachusetts in Amherst. And it was an introduction to Islam lecture. And usually you expect 2 or 3 questions which always come. What about women's rights in Islam? That's one standard question. So I was expecting the question came. What about women's rights? So I had a whole list of women's rights in Islam. Because I'm prepared for the question. So I recited the whole thing. Women's rights in Islam is this. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And I said, to this day, in other places and so on, these rights are not there. That questioner says, I'm very impressed. Thank you very much. Where can I see this? Which country? Which place? You are saying Islam gives women these rights. So, where can I see it? What is the answer? Where? So, what is the good of talking about women's rights in Islam? Allah Ta'ala gave the rights. But Muslim men don't give the rights to the women which Allah gave them. So, effectively for the women, where are the rights? They're not there. What is Islam's view? How should a Muslim treat the poor? What is Islam's view on charity? You can have a list of these questions. And then the next question is, where can I see it? That is why we are the way we are. There's no Izzah, there's no, people don't respect us. They treat us like trash. Because from their perspective, you are talking about this glory and greatness and wonderful thing about Islam, and you are a Muslim, and you don't practice it yourself, then don't waste my time. Why are you telling me about it? What shall I do? Why should I follow it? You don't follow it yourself. So I remind myself and you, let us not become witnesses against ourselves. Let us make sure that we practice Islam, because Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Islam to us as a gift. We didn't work for it. We get what ko mila hamare. So let us treat it with respect and let us practice it in our lives in every single way, inshallah. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على نبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.